Welcome to Vibrant Numerals, where we explore the vibrations of the world around us using numerology and astrology and more, and work to integrate it into our everyday life. I'm Elizabeth, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the vibrations for hip hop for November 2025. So, November 2025, first of all, I need to say and acknowledge that from January through September, we've had some pretty big up and downs in the hip hop space. And October was full of lots of new energy coming in, big and surprising things that have happened, huge celebrations, and more. And so November is going to be a continuation of that October energy. So November in general is resonating at a 20, 2 energy. So this 2 and 0 come together to give you a 2. And so overall, this energy really is going to be about taking the time to integrate all the new information that has come into space, and come into play. This is going to be very important for hip hop because hip hop's personal vibration for November is 39. It is here, this 12, where we have the 2 energy coming in here. So this 2 for November generally is going to be coming in to the hip hop space in particular, where it's going to be asking for hip hop, and those of us in the hip hop space to be integrating the information and the energy that has come in, not just in October, but throughout the year. So it's asking us to make sure that we take everything that we have learned, everything that has happened, and we start integrating it into what hip hop is and making it part of this shifting energy. Because then by doing that, we are actually going to be able to pull in more new energy with this 1, and that is going to help hip hop to grow. It's not just growing, but it's growing into this new space that it's shifting into. So by integrating these lessons and this energy that has come in throughout this year, but in particular October, hip hop will be able to begin to take the new energy that's coming in and get a change in perspective, which is the 12 together. So the 1 and the 2 together, a change in perspective, so that it can begin to grow into its new space. It's kind of like hip hop in this shift is really reaching this this pivotal point where now it's moving into this new identity. So if you think about it, it's kind of like when we're in that space and we're moving from being a child to an adult, or we're moving from being just a single person on our own into being a parent. It's one of those points where we're having to integrate the 2 sides of who we are. And that's what hip hop needs to do, where we've had the polarization. So we see the 2 sides. We need to recognize what are the parts that need to come together for this new hip hop identity, and what needs to be filtered out that we don't any longer need in this hip hop space. Bring that energy together, integrate it in, and then be able to begin to grow in this new identity, this new definition of hip hop. The other thing that's super exciting about November for hip hop is that the whole month is resonating at this 39. And 39 is the life path number of hip hop. And so this means that this energy of November, as hip hop is integrating the energy and beginning to grow into its new identity, it's really doing it in a way that is on its life path. It's helping to contribute to its life path, its life's purpose, what it has to contribute to the world. And so that's very exciting. So throughout the month of November, hip hop will still be very much a buzz, but it really should focus on how we can integrate that energy and begin to grow into these new hip hop spaces and into this new identity of hip hop. We do have two 9 cycles that are happening for November generally, but for hip hop, there's 2 also that start the day before everybody else. So for hip hop, we want to have these 9 cycles that start here. There's one that starts here on the 7th, and it goes all the way to the 15th. So from the 7th to the 15th, 7th to 15th, this is where hip hop can be building up this energy and beginning to use that towards its integration. Hip hop will probably need to be kind of quiet during probably both of these 9 cycles. So there's a second 9 cycle that's happening that's starting on the 16th, and it's going all the way, let me see, all the way to here, the 25th. Actually, the 24th. So from the 16th to the 24th is another 9 cycle that again can be used to build up and gather the energy to be able to put it towards this ultimate goal of integration of the energy and shifting and growing this new hip hop identity. So getting back to what I was saying, hip hop's gonna need to be kind of quiet, if at all possible, this month. Not in the way of like not putting out music or not having anything to say. And maybe quiet's not the right word. Maybe it's more patient in its communication. So making sure that things aren't being rushed to be communicated, things aren't being rushed to be put out. There's not a rush in talking about the stories or reacting. Have a little bit more patience, because we have here starting on the 9th, we have Mercury retrograde. So right here, and it's going all the way until here on the 28th. So the 9th to the 28th is when hip hop needs to be a little bit more patient in its communication, because this Mercury retrograde, if we're not careful, there can be miscommunication. This is when we could be too quick to tell the story and then we miss pieces. So we want to make sure that we are really taking our time in that moment. We also need to be aware in the hip hop space in particular about this Jupiter going retrograde in the vibration of Cancer. This retrograde is turning the energy inward. So, where Jupiter has been allowing hip hop to expand outward, especially in the areas of nurturing, security, and home space, or like family, building out that family space. Now it's going to be turned inward, meaning that it's going to need to be more nurturing inward. So this is a time where you can be using more of your time, especially in being patient because of that Mercury retrograde. Nurture, take time to think about what is being said, what is putting out. And I think this also will really help in the integration of energy that needs to go towards hip hop growing this new identity. So those are the general vibrations for hip hop here in November 2025. You can get more details and more information about the general vibrations from for November 2025 from a couple of my other videos. So hopefully this is helpful for the hip hop space, and we'll continue to see some really good stories and good energy coming out of that hip hop space. This is a time where now hip hop can be using it to help itself shift. So instead of it just being forced to shift, now it can be more intentional. It can begin to be more intentional in how it is shifting and what it is shifting into, which is very exciting. So thanks for being here. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and hit the notification bell so you can get my next videos. Thanks. Bye.